entrepreneurial journey. First of all, let's apologize for the late start. Had a few technical issues that had to be sorted out, and they were. So we say thanks, right? To those that are on the way, that are messaging, we couldn't wait for you all. We're going to get started, but don't worry, when you come, you'll fall in appropriately. Right? I want to say, first of all, thanks to everyone that's here. Everybody's hearing me, right? Great. Excellent. To those that are here, I want to say a special thanks and welcome to you all. Being an entrepreneur is something that is, first of all, taking a risk. So those who are here, you are making a big step. And that deserves a round of applause from everyone. So give yourself a round of applause. Before we start, I always believe in giving thanks. So you can just bow our head. Just open with a brief word of prayer. Any volunteers?
Good morning. Heavenly Father, we thank you for life, for health, for strength. We thank you that we are all gathered here today. We pray that you will cover our proceedings. We pray that the information that will be disseminated will be that of value, and that persons within this room will be able to use it in whatever way to maximize in their business ventures. We pray, oh God, that you will cover us, and we thank you, oh God, for just making a way where there seems to be no way. Amen.
Amen. So, the entrepreneurial journey. Now, from the time people hear of journey, they think of something that's long. They think of something that may be hard. They think of something that may be of a discourse. And being an entrepreneur is all of those things. People like to paint a nice picture. The picture is painted by you. Being an entrepreneur means that you are willing to sacrifice a lot. Entrepreneur comes from a French verb that's called entrer, which means to undertake. So being an entrepreneur means that you have to undertake a lot of things. It means that you have to sacrifice, you have to risk. And risk is one of the greatest things as an entrepreneur that gives you the highest rewards. If you look at a lot of the businesses that are successful, you see persons that would have taken a risk. They would have invested, some of them, their last. I have heard stories of, let's talk about someone that everybody may know, Elon Musk. Elon Musk spoke about being down to his last dollar and sleeping in his office. Now he is one of the richest men. And it's all because of sacrifice. Some may not agree with what he does and how he does it, but he's a philanthropist. And the bottom line is that he took a chance on himself. And that is being an entrepreneur. Now, there's a time when it is you are an entrepreneur and you feel as if, I don't feel I could go any further. These are the times when you need to pause, and these are the times that you need to do a little bit of self-retrospect, because sometimes what you are doing is not what you were created for. The worst thing to be an entrepreneur is to do something that you find it's trending, or something that you find others may be escalating in. And you find, well, listen, I could make some money quick with this. That is not being an entrepreneur. That's being a hustler. When you're an entrepreneur, you sit, and there are 13 things you're going to hear about, like a SWOT analysis. I'm going to show you something that's called a Johari window. And this is an important aspect before we go anywhere else. The reasons for that, now, everyone has been handed out some literature. So you can go on the side where you see it's Johari window. There's a diagram, but before the diagram, there is a description, right? Now, I like interaction, okay? So I like persons to be involved because part of being an entrepreneur is being able to speak to persons. And I'm going to show you all something as we go along, how to sell your business in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 60 seconds if you want to get a little elaborate, but in 30 seconds, you're supposed to be able to deliver. There is something in marketing called the 3-minute rule. It means that if you encounter someone in 3 minutes, you're supposed to be able to make that sale. All right? But we're going to do 30 seconds. Yeah, we're going to ramp it up. All right? So, I like interaction. So, I want one person that would be willing to read the first part of the Johari window. I don't want to point. So, anybody, I like you. Seems like the ladies are not afraid to do anything today. All right? So go ahead. First of all, this is a part of being an entrepreneur. You must project yourself. So if I approach you, so this is a workshop. So we're going to be doing things on the go. All right? So you could take notes. If someone approaches you, you speaking about the Johari window is like you speaking about your business. So the first thing you have to do is to project yourself as being confident. So your first thing would be to get up, right? Your self-projection is very important. How you address someone, how you stand, your poise, even as much as how you speak, your tone, your delivery can either make someone interested or totally disenchanted in what it is you are about to tell them, right? So let me hear your intro of yourself, and I would love to hear you read this.
Hi, my name is Candice, and I'm going to read you the first of the Johari window. So the first one is open area arena. This quadrant represents information about yourself that is known to you and others. It includes your feelings, behaviors, and thoughts that you are comfortable sharing openly.
Right. So it is the first part is called the what? The open area. And it speaks, as it rightfully says there, about information, right? That both you know about yourself and others know about you. Right? I'm not going to stick there too long. Anybody else? Second part.
All right. The second part is blind area, which is the blind spots. In this quadrant, you'll find information about yourself that is unknown to you but known to others. These are aspects of your personality or behavior that you may not be aware of but are evident to those who interact with you.
So we're learning something here. Anybody ever heard of the Johari window before? Huh? Nice. So we understand the concept of what the Johari window is. As he just said, there's a blind spot. And this is a spot where you don't know about yourself and others don't even know about you too. Right? That's a blind spot. Next one. You want to take it, brother? You do have it? Okay. Have it? Nice. So you'll do the third part. Remember to introduce yourself and then go for it.
My name is Antonio. I do in part 3. Hidden area facet. The hidden area includes information about yourself that you know but choose not to reveal to others. This can include private thoughts, emotions, or experiences that you keep concealed.
Good. So there's a hidden area, and that's information that you know about yourself, but others do not know about you. That I want you to let that sink in. Information that you know about yourself, but others may not know about you. That is an important part because a lot of persons now live in that hidden area. There's a lot of potential inside them, but others don't know. And most, and I'm going to say this, most entrepreneurs live in that area. This final part, you want to do it?
Good day, my name is Jonathan. The fourth area is the unknown area. The unknown area, this quadrant represents information about yourself that is unknown to both you and others. It includes unconscious thoughts, feelings, or behaviors that have not yet been recognized or explored.
Thank you. So we have that unknown area, unknown to others and unknown to self. This is another quadrant where a lot of entrepreneurs live too as well. Unknown to others and unknown to self. How many times have you sat, got an idea, had an inspiration for something, and tell yourself, I wonder if, boy, because of many reasons. A lot of entrepreneurs do not come out of the unknown area because, one, they don't know what people might think, what people might do, how they might react. A lot of persons stay in the hidden areas too because of past experiences. They may have failed, and as I use the word fail, failure is part of success. In other words, I'm going to say this, fail your way to success. And let me tell you why. If you have failed 5 times at something, doesn't that now narrow down 5 less things for you to do? If you are repetitive with your mistake, then something wrong with you, right? Because if you have started a business, let's say you're doing doubles, and you keep hearing people saying, I find that shadow Benny in early, and you keep making the same shadow Benny. You're not trying to change it up. Then the problem is you, right? But if it is you change the shadow Benny and realize one day, everybody like, hey, let me get some more of that shadow Benny there, boy. After they was not taking it, you know, well, right, I covered the shadow Benny. Tick. One less thing to study. So if you fail at something, consider yourself making 2 steps towards success, because you just have 1 step less that you don't have to go back to, because you know that is what not going to make me get to where I need to get to, right? So being an entrepreneur, it requires you to do certain things. And you see this here, that's Johari window. I'm going to not elaborate. I'm going to allow you to do a lot of self with this. Because as an entrepreneur, the deeper you dive into this, is the greater of an entrepreneur you can become. The reason I'm telling you that, if you do not know yourself, you cannot promote your business. I'm going to say that again. If you do not know yourself, you cannot promote your business, because you're going to be speaking from a falsehood, and you may be speaking from the hidden area, and people are not taking you on. Because why? What you are disseminating to them is unknown to you and unknown to them. So you are basically selling to what? To no one. And then you want to know why I'm not going forward. So the sooner you know yourself, the sooner you discover your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and know your threats. And I'm going to tell you why I just said that. If you turn the page, you see something called a SWOT analysis. S W-O-T. Once you have overcome, and you don't have to live here, there's something called the 595 rule. As I said, you could take notes as we go along. The 595% rule states 5% thought, 95% action. Let me say it again. It's a 595% rule being an entrepreneur. 5% thought, 95% action, and I will tell you why briefly. A lot of people spend time thinking about their idea. I wonder if, and I should, and then I must add in, and I will take out. And while you are doing that, correct. Time is passing, and someone who has the same idea like you launches. And then you're like, wait, you know I did study that. And that man beat me to that. You know. You might even say, I feel he not know what I was going on doing. No. You spend time doing something that a lot of people do. It word starts with P. Correct. Procrastinating. And the length of time you spend procrastinating is normally in this box. Because you keep contemplating, I wonder if it is, and I should have, and I could. Don't wonder. Execute. And this is what's going to help you to execute a SWOT analysis. Right? Now, your SWOT analysis is very important because this is something that's going to benefit you in many different ways, and it's also going to benefit your business in many different ways. So, identify your strengths. That's the first letter in SWOT, right? Identify your strengths. And examining internal strengths. You see the first part, right? By examining internal strengths. It starts with you. An entrepreneur can recognize their business unique advantage, resource, and capabilities. If you are a great speaker, and you know for a fact that you could talk, and you're going and sell shoes, it don't matter what kind of shoes it is. You should have that strength to sell that shoes. You hear people say, boy, you can sell ice to Eskimo. The Eskimo don't need the ice, you know. But the way you put it across, your execution, you have to know yourself. Right? You have to know yourself. Weakness. Now, strength also goes in business too as well. If you know that you make a nice pillory, and your pillory soft and nice, that is one of your strengths. You say, well, listen, I could make my pillory soft. So which means if I make it at a certain size, I could sell, instead of 10 in a bag, I could put 8 because it's soft and nice. They go eat it, they didn't even check in how much. That is one of your strengths, right? So your strengths vary both internally and also in your product or service. Strengths also come from your opponents. Let me say that again. Strengths are also in your opponents. So if you have someone who may be a competitor, when you do your SWOT analysis of their business, and I'm saying it, yes, you do a SWOT analysis of your competitors, you can see what their strengths are, so you know what you have to do. If you know that whatsoever their service or their product that they're offering is probably $10 less than you, you find a way where you now could become competitive, not depriving yourself of an income, but making yourself competitive. If they spend 10 hours doing something and you know you could finish it in 6, that is your strength to them. They might be $10 less than you, so your selling point to your customer, I can have this done in 6 hours, maybe 5, but I use 6 because I want to make sure I give you an efficient job. You use words that would also strengthen your weakness. You use words that will also weaken their strength. Business, entrepreneurship is a competition whether we want to or not. And doesn't mean that you look for competition. Competition has come and find you. Because the same way you're going to be doing your SWOT analysis, the same way your competitors watching you too. I realize you open my shop. I hear you selling cokes for 7 minutes. Hey, which means he making 50 cents on it. Buy one, selling mine for 8. All right. I will sell for 7 with him too. At least I'll get in some of my customers. But you know what I will do? I will start to sell kiss cakes. So somebody could get a kiss cake and a cokes with $10. They just infiltrated your market. Right? They just infiltrated your market. Being an entrepreneur is not sitting down. Some people believe being an entrepreneur is just sitting down, come up with something and boom, run. I'm going to make real money here. Lies. All lies. Something I come from entertainment. And I used to hear people say, I'm doing a boat ride. I'm sure to make about 60,000. I take 2 steps back from you. So when you fail and fall, I don't want to be nearby at all. Because you know what you did there? The old people have a saying. You put the cart before the horse. You won't even know who you're going to sell the boat ride to. You don't know what other boat ride it have on that same weekend. And it happened to be a long weekend. You don't know who is your company. You don't know a SWOT analysis. No, a SWOT analysis don't mean you have to get a paper and you have to sit down and check, all right, you think, no. Simple observations. Simple observations. When people do that, they make themselves now a weakness. Your competitor sees you and realizes you selling a boat ride. And the weekend that you selling that boat ride, you have 3 DJs who nobody don't know. No. You going? No. Yeah, but no. But that one is 150. That one is 250. Yeah, but you see who playing in that one? Let me tell you this. People buy based on feelings. It might sound stupid, eh? Everybody, male or female, they buy based on feelings. Go ahead. Females. Because they are emotional creatures. So they do shop. Correct. And this is why they are one of your greatest demographics. You understand? That is their weakness, and that's your strength. See how your SWOT analysis assists you there? Let them be emotional. Let them buy it. Hey, this feeling nice on me. It do look good on them, you know, but it feeling nice. Sell it to them. Sell it. Gil, red is your color, Gil. Because it feeling nice. They buy based on feelings. Your SWOT analysis is very important to you. All fun and kicks aside. It is very, very important. It is very important for you to understand your markets. Now, there's something called, in this SWOT, called opportunities. And opportunities come consistently. Let me tell you why. Anybody has a business? Has a side business? What you do? Right, photography. Tell me one of your greatest opportunities that you would see randomly as a photographer. Networking. Right? I could tell you something else. Everyday life. Photography is putting life in still form. Photography is capturing memories. Photography basically gives people a look back. And it could either be a bad look or it could be something that would make them feel joyous. The bottom line is it's an opportunity. So when I see photographers walking around with their camera around them like a gunslinger, I just say, yeah, boy, he not playing. Because you know why? He's looking for every opportunity. Opportunities are always there. You could be selling pants. Trust me, it always have an opportunity. Always has an opportunity. It does not matter what business you are into. The opportunities are always there. It all depends on you capturing it. I'm going to tell you all something here. You know there's something called the elevator pitch? Right. The elevator pitch, for those who don't know, it means it comes from persons meeting someone in an elevator and selling their business. It was stemmed from that same principle. People in an elevator, hey, how you going? Where you heading up to? I see you in gym where? You go to the gym? True, I'm an instructor. The elevator pitch. I'm going to show you something that makes the elevator pitch on pause. Because what the elevator pitch does is use one form that now, because of the change of time, we have to adapt. So, you say you do photography. All right. Anybody else you have a business? Art? Huh? Had. What type of business you had? Amway. And you used to sell clothes. Okay, great. So, I want you to sell me a shirt and a pants. It doesn't matter who I am. Sell me a shirt and a pants. All right, so come, let me sell you a shirt and a pants. Come. Hey, brother, we seen Koala see you walking in the mall here, man. You look like you could do with a fresh kit, boy. What size you does wear? That look like about size 30. You wear 13 pounds? Is wear 13 pounds, Ed? I know that. You look like a 30. You look like a fella, you don't play with your sizes, boy. A 30 and probably a small in shirt. What's your colors? Blue. I had that for you. Where what? Pre-rush or? How much you have? Tell me where your pocket reading like. I don't want to get in your pocket, but tell me where you have and let me talk with you. You have 200? Put 20 on it again and I'll get a full kit. You can make that? You don't have that? Give me 180. And keep 20 for you to go up the road. That good? Nice. You understand? I just did something there. And let me tell you what happened. The reason I said 200, right? I wanted to hear what was his base mark. I said, put out 20. Nah. So what did I do? Take off 20. You know what I just did? Collapse his mind. What? 180? I taken that. Now, mind you, it costed me probably 150. I'm making 30 instead of making 50. But you know what? I just got a customer. Correct. Shopped on feelings. Right? That is it. That is it. It's about capturing the opportunity and reading your customer. Right? Reading your customer. I start off by telling you look like a size 30. Wait, that man know my waist, boy. Immediately we make a connection. I saw your demeanor when I said size 30. What's like, hey, this man know my size. I don't need to go further. You look like you're wearing a small. Because if you're wearing a 30 waist, it have to be that you're wearing a small shirt. You can't be wearing a 30 waist and you're wearing an extra large top. That can't work. Right? And immediately I talk about your swag. So you see, the use of feelings is very important. Right? Within. Now here's the other thing too. As I said, I may be only making $30 on that seal. But it's $30 now. But if you look at it on the long term, you're going to come back another time. Hey, bro. You remember me? Or, hey, we seen, brother, 180. But you like thing, eh? Whatever going on, I have a 220, but I did see I have a blue jeans or, you know what going to happen next time? Coming back for something. Plus, there's something called the 110 rule. So I tell you about the 995, the 595, right? 5% thought, 95% action. There's a 110 rule. And that 110 rule is one person impacted is 10 persons. And also, it works in the negative too, eh? And especially now that we have social media. It takes one person that has probably an grievance to create something. But have no fear. You ever hear them say that there's no such thing as bad word? Thank you. It's publicity. So you take the opportunity, right? You take the opportunity and you now create an entity from there with it. Being down in business is not being out. Being down in business is an opportunity for you to go higher. Ever watch persons who putting up cable and they come with the ladder and they climb up and they see they come back down and what they do? Pull the ladder a little higher. A lot of us as entrepreneurs are afraid to come down the ladder. How I go look? My business was real going on. And now what? Come down the ladder, watch where you have to go, pull it, and go back up. It is a lot of work, but that window is what gives you the strength. Each and every one of us has an opportunity to take ourselves and our business from where it may have gone to where it should be. All depends on you. It depends on how much of you you're willing to. So I want to ask a question, and I see you just came in, my brother. So you know, you're first in line, right? Nice. Nice. So let me ask you something. What type of business you have? Lovely. Gosh. Food. Excellent. So I just asked him something. So tell me one of your best products. Great. Sell me hops and a coconut bake.
You got it. Doesn't get it, sir. How are you going? All is well.
Yeah, man.
But I was on the hustle, you know. I have some nice fresh coconut bake. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I have some nice fresh coconut bake. Fresh oven hot hops. Yeah, not even an hour old. Only $12. 20. No, sir. 32. Everything priced to go. Why? Come now, where you going?
Now, I'm glad with what he just did with impromptu. Because let me show you something. $2. Yeah. $2. Come by. Here what going on? I have coconut tart too, you know. Your tart might have been 8. You sell the coconut tart for 10. You make back your $2. And you sell another product. Never let them leave. Never let them leave. And let me tell you where I learned that from. I learned that from, God rest his soul, my dad. I learned that from that man. Come to buy his car, he used to buy and sell car. Buy 7,000, buy. I have 55, you know. Well, all right, you know, see, you have a deco. You have a deco, right? Well, I'll take out the deck. You taking your 55, but you don't get the deck. All right. Leave it now. Give you 6. Gosh, 6, right? 6'2", that's the best I could make. Now, mind you, 6'5" is his border, right? But you know why we will settle with 6'2"? He done have something else that he could reinvest at 6'2" and flip and make back that 3. But what he did there is keep the person enticed. and let them drive up the price. Entrepreneurship is not a hustle, it's about this, an application of self. Coconut bake? Oh, you mean? Brother, some nice coconut bake here. You look like a fella that's making a little saltfish bowl. Your mama does real cook for you, why? She go like this coconut bake, you know. You go home. You go home to them. You go and let mama cook. Nah, a coconut bake for you to think. That time when mama go and take to make that coconut bake, she could spend that time with you. You know, go with that fella, he studying, yes, boy. Yeah, I'll take 2. You know why? He study now, get quality time with mama. So you use emotions. There are so many different selling points and toys. What kind of business you have, bro? Huh? Research. Okay, so you do a lot of data. Now, data is boss, especially now. You see data, and this is where your SWOT analysis also comes in. That data that you get from your SWOT analysis takes you to a whole nother level. Because the time that you take to inquire, to discover, helps you to zero in on your business and also helps you to zero in on your potential customers. There's a big word called demographics. It sounds big, but it just simply means who you're going to sell to. Who am I targeting? If you know you're selling children clothes, your immediate people should be whom? Huh? Who? Thank you. Correct. Mothers. Immediately, if you're going to sell children clothes, your first target audience should be mothers. So you know what you're looking to do? You're looking to position yourself by preschools. You're looking to position yourselves where mothers are mainly be. So let's say they have an office, you know, there are plenty females working there. You're positioning yourself. Because mothers will take the last and buy something for baby girl or baby boy. Especially if you have a good price and a good product, they are going to mothers. The father might hesitate a little, but mommy, not playing. So knowing your demographics as an entrepreneur is vital. Is very vital. I want anybody here who has a business and wants a little advice. If their business is down, their business is up, in between, I'm open for anyone to ask a question relative to their business that they have and where their business is at and what you think you need to do. Anybody? Well, you said you was close. I think with you. You cooking. Nothing as yet. So you're trying to discover your business. All right. So tell me something that you do on a daily basis besides come to work. Social media. Okay. So you use social media for what purpose? Entertainment purpose? Just for entertainment. So you're a twiddle thumber. Right? Now here's the thing with being on social media, right? People tend to demonize it. Social media is one of the greatest tools. You could discover your business on social media. You look like somebody whom maybe a little introverted, so he is not too much of a talker. So social media is perfect for you to do your sales. You have less human interaction, and you look like somebody that could type quick, so you could respond quickly. So therefore, I could be wrong, but I think you should start going on Amazon while you're there on social media and look for things that you could buy. Do you have a credit card? I'm minding your business now. You know somebody with a credit card? Great. So I think what you need to start to do is to create a passive income. It doesn't have to be a business as yet, but create a passive income. Let me tell you all something, right? If you have a job, you have capital. And most entrepreneurs don't have capital. If you have a job, you have a capital source. So let me give you a little advice. Register a business. It could be a sole trader. It could be an LLC, which is a limited liability company. Don't let your pen be away from your fingers, right? This is another part of being an entrepreneur. Always take notes. You say, I go remember, I know, but sometimes you just forget. So I'm telling you this. Register a business. Whether it's an LLC, which is a limited liability company, or be a sole trader, right? Register a business. When you register that business, go and get a business stamp. I'm going down a particular direction, right? Get a business stamp. Before you get that business stamp, conjure up a logo. Now, let me give you a little advice. Do not, and I repeat this, do not box yourself in with the name or with your logo. Let me tell you why. Always leave room for your business to expand. So if you're selling clothes, make sure that your representation on the clothing could go female, male, kids. Don't classify yourself men's authentic. That means you cannot go past men's clothes. But if you put authentic apparel, now you are able to have a multifaceted amount of customers that you could approach. So register your business, get a stamp, get a letterhead. Your letterhead would comprise of your logo. Get a letterhead. On that letterhead, the first thing that you should do is write a letter to the bank, letting them know that you are interested, the bank of your choice, that you are interested in opening an account with them. So you register the business, you get the stamp, you do your letterhead, and you make that your first letter that you write. At the bottom of that letter, stamp it with your stamp. Now, we started off by saying if you have a job, right? So I just told you something that you could do while you still have a job. Here's what you're doing now. Every single, if you're fortnightly, weekly, or monthly paid person, you start to put aside something as small as it could be towards that account. If it's $200 a week, $200 a month, I'll show you something. After 1 year, if you're putting $300 a month, how much money is that? 12 trees? 36. You have $3,600 in a business account. After 2 years, you have over $7,000. You have not left your job. You're still at your job. But you have a business account that is now what? Active. That you could go to the bank and say, I want to get a statement from a business account for the last 6 months. That is going to show what? Consistency. You are consistently making deposits in a business account, a registered business. That's 2 years. After 5 years, you have close to $20,000. You still in your job. And you have a what? What you have? A registered business and a what? A business account. You just created your own capital. You just invested in yourself. You don't have to look for an angel investor. You don't have to go and ask Granny. You'd have to go and ask daddy to put something in it. And this goes for the young straight up. Set aside something small, put it into that bank account. Set that bank account now for your footstool. Because let me show you this. If you could go to the bank and they can see that you have a registered business with them for the last 3 to 5 years, you are consistent with your deposits, and you have 20,000, I want to know if I could probably get a 30. This is what I'm looking to do. And you present something called a business plan. A business plan. Let me tell you why now you would be a #1 contender for a loan. You have showed consistency. You have shown that you are accountable, and you are now showing that you are prepared by the business plan. Well, sir, today, well, we could do twice the amount, we could do 40, you know, and this is what will be your repayment terms. You just funded your own business, and you still haven't left your job. There's something called the fruit basket approach to finance. The fruit basket approach to finance speaks about the fruit basket. Give me some items as being a fruit basket. A fruit basket. Pineapple, bananas, soursop, grapes, apples, pears. Each one of those fruits is a source of income. Your pineapple is the biggest. So what your pineapple is? Your salary. That's where you're working. That is your mean. Your bananas might be you buying your things on Amazon and selling. Your cherries, your grapes might be the small shop that you open home by you, where you're selling snacks and water, 2 for 5. The fruit basket approach to finance is something that the basic entrepreneur can use to take themselves out of dependency. Because every single part of those things, you know what you call it? Passive income. Passive income. You are creating your own wealth. The expansion now is dependent on you. I started off, I can talk about me, right? At the age of 16, I started doing stage management. And in doing stage management, I realized, okay, I could probably branch off into promotions, boy. And I got into promotions. Because you're meeting artists, you're exposed to certain, and I got into it. There is not a club in Trinidad or Tobago that I have not either event managed or managed. I tell people, I remember the first pay I get, I cry. I do a stage for a DJ, a little birthday party. I wasn't expecting nothing, but I see come with a white envelope. I say white envelope, I normally be a brown. I say, white envelope like this man bring a letter to tell me thanks. I say it's a postcard. $300. I cry. I was not expecting it. But you know what he said? Bro, you handle that so seamless. I can remember when the fight went on. And it had a fight. But the way I dealt with it, the party went on. So now, where I am the producer and events manager for the Uncle Larry's Kids Show for the last 23 years. Next year, going to make it 24. Show in Winchester on a stage no taller than this in 2000. We had 3 tents. Ribena, Lucasade, Bermuda's Biscuit, and Mario's Pizza. 150 people in the hot blazing sun on a Sunday with the children and showing, oh, no, no, no. 150 people. And we was like, yeah, boy. No. Uncle Larry's kid show is 3,800, 4,000 persons. Grow it. We are the most consistent children show for the carnival season. We have never stopped. The only time we stopped was for COVID. I know what we did during the COVID time? Charity. Not because of anything, you know, but because we understood our demographics were kids. There were a lot of parents that were home. I don't just want you to come and party with me. I want you to keep coming. So we reached out. So last year, when we came back out for the first time since 2020, a little bit again they shut we down for the amount of persons that came. Because you know what they remembered? These fellas come and handle we, boy. They remember we. You see your customers, they are your human resource. It's like a company. Your human resource is the most important aspect of a company. I always remember that. A HR manager does a real work to do. Your customers is your human resource. How you treat your customer is how your business will go. I have faltered many times. I just tell people, don't only talk about the good. Talk about the bad. Because as I said from the beginning, do what with failure? Fail your way to success. So I embrace my failures. Now I know what not to do. And it's the same thing. If your business is at a level where it is that you need to do something, sit down, analyze yourself. See where you may be shorting. Then look at your business. Because remember, at the end of the day, your business is you, eh? So if you ain't fix, how the business go fix? You gotta fix you. And then from there, a lot of things will start to come to light. Like, hey, you know, I should have, I didn't study that, I could have put more coconut in the bake. Instead of making big coconut bake, I could make small ones because people only come in and tell me they are $5. I go make a $5 coconut bake. No, you capture a brand new market. Ideas will start to come to you. The fruit basket approach to finance. Never be afraid to do something small that would contribute something big going down the road. People talk about a certain community and how they do what and look at how much business they have and they own all the buildings. I'm not going to call names. But let me tell you this. I remember some of those same persons walking around with backpack on their bag with cloth. 2 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards. They have cloth stores now. They have cloth stores now. 3, 4, 5 generations down the road. They own the building for the cloth store. But a lot of persons don't know that. They don't know the backstory. I know of a particular place that right now sells furniture beyond. They have a lot of standards in their furniture. And if you know where that started from bringing in furniture, second-hand and new, at competitive prices. But you maintain the standard that you're looking to produce and your product and your service. And now you have stores. People don't know that. One of the biggest problems with entrepreneurs is not doing research. I want to sell chairs. think about who you want to sell chairs to. There's something called the sciatic nerve. A lot of persons can't sit for long. So, okay, let me bring some therapeutic chairs because I ain't seen much people bringing that. There's a niche. There are a lot of persons whom have elderly. They can't sit. Okay, let me bring some recliners and adjustable chairs. It have a niche. Do just bring chair because everybody bringing these plastic black chair. No. Do your research. A lady approached me and she told me that how during the COVID time she was selling food and COVID come and real mash you up and what. I said, how COVID mash you up? I said, you had to be mad. Everybody want their food come home. You don't have a vehicle? Yeah, but what? I say, here's what. How you just portion out your food? She said, well, normally I used to sell, for the week, I might sell about 100 boxes. I say, great. I say, keep that 100 boxes, but here's what you're doing. In each of those boxes, now, I want you to put a thank you card, and I want you to put a nutrition menu inside it for them. If you're selling corn rice, stewed chicken, kalaloo, and a piece of pie, I want you to put the nutritional value of that. She said, why? I said, don't ask me questions. You want to sell or not? I say, here's the other thing that you're doing too. Go to offices and do a smaller box than what you normally sell. You sell how much? He says for about 50. I say, okay, do a box for 30. Go to offices. But when you go to the office, I want you to do something. Cook one pot of each of those things and portion it out. And tell them you have a sample box for $10. And just give it to them. $10. I say, at least you'll cover back your raw material. I say, but you know what you just do? Open up a market. I saw her about a month after. She said, boy, I have to get 2 more people right now. And I see her talking shipping. And she said, I'm telling you. She said, I went by. His orders again right now. No? I see how much boxes selling a day. She said, right now I must be selling at least about 80 boxes a day. 80 boxes a day. She had to get 2 more persons to come and work with her. She said, but studying salary, I say, you start to go back down a bad road. If you go on from selling 100 boxes a week to selling 80 boxes a day, why can't you pay the salary for 2 persons? A lot of entrepreneurs believe that all is mine. No. If you are thinking, there's something called finite, and you can write this down. There's finite thinkers and there's infinite thinkers. When you are an entrepreneur, you must be an infinite thinker. A finite thinker thinks about now, next week, next month, maybe next year. I just doing this for now. Finite thinker. An infinite thinker studies. My son could carry on this mortgage with the business or as infinite thinking. You're thinking now generational. When you as an entrepreneur start to think generational, you have now entered the correct realm of being an entrepreneur. Because as you have an old saying that says, old men plant trees that they will never, if that's negative, no, that's positive. They would never sit under the tree, but they plant it. You know what that is thinking about? Generational, going down the road. The Bible talk about judge a man by his what? By his fruits. The fruits of his labor. You have another part that says, as the sweat of his brow, so shall he eat. So when a fella now working or not trying to work and he's starving, that's his choice. And sweat don't mean you have to go and mix concrete. Sweat is application of self. There's something called sweat equity. Take a note of that, you could research it. Sweat equity. Some persons will invest in a business and they have monetary equity. Some have land, so they have property as equity. You are an investor, but here's what, you have a labor force. So we had 10 acres, we want to build houses. You do have the upfront 10 million that everybody else put in. But wait, I had 6 uncles and I had 10 this and that. You have sweat equity. You are now an investor in the project. Every house that sells for 1.5 million, you have 20 houses. Do the maths. Do the maths. You have sweat equity. A lot of the times as entrepreneurs, we put in a lot of sweat equity. Do not let your sweat equity go to waste. 2 things in this life all of us are given. Everybody. Who wants to tell me what it is? 2 things. Let me help you. Go ahead. 1. Second one. A brain. Everybody has those 2 things. Time and a brain. If you waste your time, you're wasting your brain. If you waste your brain, you're wasting time. The 2 of them always. This is why when you said that you're on social media, don't waste your time. Don't waste your brain. It is scientifically proven that persons who do this all the time, retainance depreciates. There's a reason why they call it YouTube Shorts. Every time you do this, I'm sure if you go back and you think, what was the 10th thing that I saw? You can't remember. Seriously. And a lot of persons like this. Pay attention on what's something with persons who are like this too. You know what happens? This goes on. That upper vertebrae starts to bend because they're like this. And they start to get back problems. They're not straightened up. They're so. And here. So you're damaging your brain, you're damaging your spine. I'm not shooting down social media or anything. As I said, social media is a great tool. Correct. If I'm damaging my brain and my spine, I might as well get paid because I had to go by the chiropractor. I had to go by a neurologist. Do not waste your brain. Do not waste time. Everybody have a whole 24. You are 36? I only get 24. Anybody else get extra because I want to cash in on you too? Let me know. All of us are 24. There's a reason why your hand have 5 different fingers. You do have 5 thumbs. You do have 5 index. You do have 5 middle finger. You do have 5 baby fingers. Each one of these has what? Huh? Correct. And that is so vital as an entrepreneur. Understanding role and function. That is so vital. Always think about this. I may be the only person that is employed in my company now. But as I grow and gain knowledge, I cannot do this alone. And I'm telling you this with a mirror in front of me, because I am one of those persons who's victim to that, where I get burnt out and knock out because I'm trying to do it all. And now I realize that word that I use in school called delegation, you delegate people. While your bakery is still running, you could come and sit down here in the entrepreneurial journey. Bake, correct? Bread making, bake, baking. The wheel is still turning. It is very important for you to understand delegation as an entrepreneur when you identify your business. If you start off selling clothes from a bag, think store. Think 2 stores. Think 3 stores. That should be your goal. You start off on 1 phone selling, you should think courier service. Let me tell you something. I was talking with someone yesterday, and they was telling me that, welcome to all that have just stepped in. Good afternoon. They was telling me that they had a friend who, during the COVID time, did what most persons was doing. They opened a funeral home. But you know what that person has now created? From the funeral home, they now do catering. So for your funeral, they providing the food for the repras. They have also gone into tent rentals and chairs. You see that? See what going on with the different fingers, right? See what going on with different fingers. So now, when she provides a funeral service, is whole service. The food is hers, the tents is hers, the chairs is hers, and she has the funeral home. You understand what goes on there? Never think as an entrepreneur, no. Look down the road. Anytime you box in yourself, and that's why when I said register a business, but careful of the name, you don't want to box in yourself so that you cannot expand your business. You want to leave that room for growth. And I already show you how you could fund your own business, right? As small as it might be. This is an old school thing. You know about Susu? Not the DSS. The old school Susu. Let me tell you the real Susu. God rest his soul, my stepdad bought a super saloon, a royal saloon, a no post. He had loved Toyotas, a no post, and a crown. Susu. He worked in taxi. He had 3 hand, 4 hand, 5 hand. He wanted all together. So when he collecting $30,000, $40,000. You know what he doing with that? Go and throw it in the bank. Take that and put it towards a loan. Fund himself. Buy a next car. So now this car paying the loan. And this car funding the next car that coming. Scratch your head. Let me tell you, being an entrepreneur is so much fun, because you get to do things that others. Get ready, being an entrepreneur, for somebody to call you a smart man. Or she feels she too bright. You know why? Because you are thinking outside the box. You are doing something that they didn't think about. $5 coconut bake. But this man come with this $5 coconut bake thing, boy. But you know you're selling 10 of that in an hour. Instead of fighting up to sell a $20 bake. You diversify. Big words. Diversify. Anytime you start your business, think 5, 10, 15 years down the road. Think son, daughter, granddaughter. When you start thinking like that, you see the growth opportunities for your business. Research. Research. Afternoon, my brother. Blessings. What business are you into? Computers. Do you fix computers? Or you just like to play with it? But can you fix a computer? Because if you could, I have one for you, have a hard drive that need a sorting out right now. I feel the memory modules need replacing. Be very careful with me when you're talking to me, right? Just one time. Let me tell you why I shake your hand. That's another thing about an entrepreneur. See what he just did? Tell me what he just do. I can't fix it, but I wouldn't mind looking at it. That is the mindset. I can't fix it, but I don't mind looking at it. I will see what I could do for you. He just get a customer. Don't be afraid to say, nah, I don't feel I could do that, you know. Because you might be able to, all right, somebody said, boy, I want 200 cupcakes by tomorrow. Nah, brother. I could get 100 very nice ones. 200 will take away my quality, but I could get a proper 100. What you feel? At least you secure the customer and you was honest to let them know. You might even tell them, boy, if you get somebody to do that for you, I ain't sure about the quality you might have. You know? So I don't know if you just want numbers or if you want quality. It's up to you. Who are you doing this for? And you start to inquire. So as I say that, I was talking about the elevator pitch. Come on, brother. You look like you have, come wrong on this side. Or that side. Anyone. Pick a side. Pick a side. As I told you, there's something called the elevator pitch, right? Identifying your business, identifying your goal. You must be able to execute. Well, back then was the elevator pitch. We want to change that up. I want you to think about this, right? Be clear, be concise, be short, but be powerful. You hear that? Clear, concise. As I say, don't let your pen be a stranger to your hand. Right. Be clear, be concise, be short, be powerful. You have a business? Nice. I wanted to hear if you was had something else now, minding your business. I hear you say photography before, you know, I saying, I feel you have something else, but he want to see. You're sticking with your photography, you want to let go of that business, boy. Don't worry, they may not know. You tweet me and you don't beat up. I know. The next business. So, I want you, somebody with a timer. I don't want to time him, because I don't want them to feel like cheating. Time him for me. 60 seconds. I want him, you are meeting me for the first time on the streets. I'm giving you this scenario. You meet me for the first time on the streets. You see me standing and I'm looking at this building. You approach me and sell me your photography business in 60 seconds. You ready? Hold on.
Good day, sir. You look quite dapper today. What you about today? Okay. Well, in order to purchase the building, I could offer you the service of taking pictures of the building. So rather than bring your investors here, you could be able to have the pictures. I could send it to you via email, and you could send it to them, and they could see what the building is about. No, I have my professional camera right here with me. I could take it and send it to you one time. We could work out something. First, let me see what it is you think about the angles. And no, the different angles. Trust me, you'll like it.
So let me show you something, right? Remember the 4 things I said? Who could remember? What's the 4 things I said? Clear, concise, short, powerful. We seen, brother. I see you stand up staring at this building here. You're about to buy this, so you look like a very powerful man, boy. I like how you stand. Your posture alone tells me power. This is your building? Serious? Thinking about purchasing it. Let me ask you something, right? You think in your budget, you have probably, let's say, $1,000 to get 100 pictures of this building that would stand in such a way that your investors and you would be left in an awe?
500.
No problem. 500, I will still give you 600 photos for that 500. Reason being is because there's a lot of things I'm seeing in potential. You have an eye, you know. You have an eye. You see this building? Definitely. I would like to be the photographer for that. I don't know if you have somebody before, but I would like to be a photographer for this building. We could shake on it. Blessings. Clear, concise, short, powerful. Clear, concise, short, powerful. Right now, he's studying if that building over there is his own. It is a technique that takes time. Don't feel you'll get it. Just take a sit down, brother. Right? It takes time. Right? But you could practice it at home. It takes time, but it can practice. Trust me, you'll find yourself in places you're like, yo. You must remember those 4 things. Clear. I was very clear. I was very clear. I was very concise. I kept the power between me and him. I didn't take all the power. I shared it with him. I say, you look like a powerful man. Look at your posture. This is good choice. You have good thoughts. Feelings. Remember we talked about that before, right? Feelings. All those things are part of the pitch. You get into the person's mindset and their feelings. I say, you look there. I started, you realize I did the same thing with him with the clothes, right? I say $1,000 for 100 photos. He said, I have 500. I say, no problem, I'll give you 600 photos. If you divide 1,000 by, you would have supposed to get 500, right? I'm giving you an extra 6. I am giving you 600, but I know what I'm doing. You hear what I closed off with? What it is I said I want to do. I want to shake on it. I just seal the deal. And I told him, I want to, before I shake the hand, I said, I want to be the photographer for this building for you. Let's shake on it. Clear, concise, powerful, short. You give the client an opportunity to see themselves in what you are projecting as an entrepreneur. You give the client, you're selling coconut bake, is it Zaboka or Zaboka and coconut bake does real lash, eh? You start a fella thinking, yeah boy, I feel like I could buy 2 Zaboka going up the road there, you know. Let me get 2 of them baked there, buddy. You do a Zaboka, but he thinking about Zaboka and coconut bake. Feelings. I'm making it sound easy. It's easy. The entrepreneurial journey is an easy thing. It is basic principles. What happens is a lot of the times people do take the time to explain things. It's like I would break it down for you here. They don't take the time to let an entrepreneur, they tell them, boy, you have to get 200,000 and you do up a business plan and then you have to do a projections for the next 3 years and check your percentages, and the man ain't even finished Form 4. We're doing the gentleman. Instead of you tell him, what is you like to do? Boy, well, I real good, I could mix concrete and I could throw up a wall. Weigh the business plan and look at what he doing. You understand? So you totally throw off him now. He gonna be like, well, boy, you can't do all that business plan thing and them what they call it. You throw him off. But if you encourage him, say, hey, you will have altar courses, You're good in maths. I could learn. I'll show you how to do a little maths. How much you just get paid every month. This is what you're supposed to do. And you encourage him now. You give him a reason. You go at feelings. You see that boots? You buy good total boots. Now you could save up your money. And you show him that you care. He going to now look at, okay, how we could do this. Next thing you know, he have a construction firm. I was an entrepreneurial coach in 2018 for a cohort in the Mova Lavantil district in Russell Atapi High School. And we did a site visit to Blue Waters. The maxi that I'm in, my 10-year-old son who is now going to Trinity College Mocha. Me and him are the only, I'm the instructor. All the other instructors don't want to be in that maxi because it's only the miscreants. But I love miscreants. I love them. So in the back have about, it's like how you all sit down there, 4 by 2 by 1 by 1. I outnumbered. And I hear them talking about thieving cars and getting $6,000 a car. I'm overhearing the conversation. This is youths between the ages of 13 and 17. Eh? So I hear them talking about it. I say, opportunity, SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Thieving car, you might thief my car. That's a threat. I'm going to defuse this one time. I say, that's a good idea, boy. I say, because if you thief like about 10 cars by 6,000, that's how much? I started to teach them maths. 10 cars by 6,000, yeah, that's 60,000. I say, right. I say, but what about when you reach the 5th car, it had GPS, and the police pull up on you? What go on? I say, a bail alone is 200,000. Right now, you're in a deficit. Because you only get 5 cars, 6 5s are 30. Your bail is 200. You're 170 in the hole. Same time we passing, where they was building the new Curep interchange. I say, how much of all you have uncles who does mix concrete, does do, boy, Shaka boy and Big Dog, and they start to call one set of names. The thing. I say, you know how much it is to register a limited liability company? I say, you know how much it does get to do a 100 foot of box drain? I say 100 foot of box drain, let me say you're getting $150,000. I said it's going to cost you with labor and material probably about $80,000 to $90,000. So you just made $60,000. No kind thief, right? All you hearing me? All them start to laugh. I said, no kind thief and you don't make $60,000. I said, and when you finish that project and it's done proper, there's something called the quantity surveyor. They come, and if it is that the surveyor do and the procurer come, and they say this do good, they get the next 100. I say if you get 5 of that in 6 months, say do that maths to me, you get 60,000 and it's 5. 6 5s are 30. Wait, like 300,000. I say correct. And half the year ain't going as yet, and you ain't owing no lawyer. You ain't owing the police. Nobody ain't looking for you. Nobody ain't looking to shoot you. What touched my heart, that was August 2018. Carnival 2019. I kid you not. God hear me. I am going to the Queen's Park Savannah and my same little son, Daddy, look. They are kids, so I can't call the names. Look so and so. I say, wait. You know what those children was doing? You know those Flavorite bicycle selling lollies? 2 of them out of the group was on those. I talking my paws raised. 2 of them on the bicycles. Sir, I say, hey, where's the scene? I say, what are you doing here? Boy, we trying to make up our money to register a company. What happened is, I talked to my uncle and he tell me that he don't know about them book thing. But if we could do something, he could get contract. You understand? That touched my heart. Because the Bible talk about, I'll over here my reference, forgive me. But I deep in it. He said that he would leave the 99 and go for 1. That group come from a particular area where they branded And to just hear 2, I feel good. Like 2 less. Like 2 less. I saw them last year, properly well dressed. I recognize them coming out of their Jeep. They have a registered company. They're doing house building. He tell me that how he working on something right now. I say, what you working on? Him, boy, a man approached me for some land up in Kumuto. They want to do a housing project, but I had to go up and check it because the amount of money I feel like they start that. I feel proud because many a times people just judge. But if you do not present an opportunity to someone, what you leave them with? A choice. I'll say it again slow. If you do not present an opportunity, you give them a choice. If all you could see is the bad, and you don't try to divert, you're just as guilty. Being an entrepreneur sometimes means you have to be the mentor for someone else. Sometimes you have to be the voice that they need to hear. Because there are a lot of potentials. I hear Miles Monroe say it. The place where you could find the most amount is where? In the cemetery. Ideas, cures, dreams. A lot of people die with their dream. A lot of entrepreneurs die with the dream. I wanted to. An old man tell me, say, hey, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't live in that. It is a blessing for me to do these things. You see, when I see you writing, see when I see you reading and listening, it does make me feel good. It means something is saturating. And sometimes you just need a little catalyst. As a man, sometimes you reach home, if you have your girl, you have your wife, you need bong for talk. Just hug and you lean down and you're good. Sometimes you just need that alone. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, sometimes all you want is somebody to just point you in a direction. That is all. But I was planning to go and sell nuts, you know. Which part you go and sell the nuts? Well, I know. Which part I should go? Why you go City Gate? Yeah, boy, you know, I didn't study that. High traffic. I say, but those put down nothing, right? Because the police will hold you for selling on the streets. Put it in a bag, double insulate it, so it will stay warm. All right, brother. The man want to sell nuts. Point him in a direction. That's all. And sometimes as entrepreneurs, that's all that you need. You need to come out of this. This Jahari window that you all have there, as I said, this is so vital. Take some time with it. Take some time and review it. You see it have parts that says unknown to self, unknown to others. If you know in maths, you find the common denominator. If you look at it, uncommon, unknown to others, unknown to self, it falls in the category. Known to others, known to self. See this? It'll open your mind. And that will make you get more in depth in your business that you have, or help you to find what you need. I don't want to be the only person here. So you see that guy who's sitting there with our headphones, that strong dude? That dude is an entrepreneur with a passion. And you just know when someone has a passion. And I'm going to have him speak to you for a bit. Let me tell you why he has a passion. You see where he's at there right now? He didn't start there. He started with one camera. These cameras that you see when I walk following me is an investment. He don't have to stand up with cameras again. See what I tell you about thinking down the road? He don't have to hold that. He could sit down and the camera is moving for itself. Being an entrepreneur is fun. It have failures. But like I say, do what? What I say to do? Feel your way to success. To let your pen be afraid of your fingers. Right. Feel your way to success. Your pen and your fingers must be friends. Write it. Feel your way to success. Every failure is an opportunity. Shane Fraser is his name. His company is called Livestream TT. And he's going to give you a little insight per se. Shane.
Morning or afternoon, I ain't sure what time it is. Alright guys, thank you for having me, Brent. Alright, so I didn't plan anything, I didn't write down anything. I just thought I'd share my journey and how it went down, the ups and the downs. There was a lot of downs, I'll tell you that. I don't know if you guys ever heard about the mother of all inventions is necessity. And that was one of the reasons why I'm where I'm today. Sorry, let me take this out. I started doing this, well, first of all, before I got into videography and live streaming, I did MMA. I represent Trinidad for 15 years. Right, that in itself was a journey. I had a number of fights overseas, and why it contributed to what I'm doing now is because you need discipline. To go to training 3 days a week, I got a broken rib, I got a tooth kicked out, but yet as soon as you heal, you go back to training. I got to the point where I miss the feeling of a bust mouth. As strange as it sounds, but it is strange. But the discipline that I was taught helped me to push forward when I started my business. And I always loved live streaming when it started because of, well, when the internet thing became, well, I would say Facebook and stuff like that with the live streaming and whatnot. And I made a couple suggestions to a previous boss of mine that, we should get into it. He didn't pay me any mind. And that's where I met Brent. And I shared that idea with him, and he told me I should go for it. Tried it, I failed at first because it was really technical, and I didn't know much about computers. But I had the help of my uncle overseas, paid for my courses for do live streaming and videography and little IT work and stuff. So it took me about a year before I gained enough knowledge in live streaming and whatnot, because cameras and stuff is really technical when it comes to the live streaming part of it. I started off with a little camera for like 200 US. It really didn't filter light good, but I am a boss at marketing. So I used that, got some jobs like, I fake it till I make it. And I don't even think I make it. Honestly, I'm still trying. And I said I fake it because I market my brand so well that I end up with jobs like the virtual experience for the Diwali Nagar, the Mahatma Gandhi Cultural Institute. And I'm there scratching my head thinking, these people are never gonna work with me again when they see this product. I'm here. So I guess they like it because they're coming back the second year. Following that, the trials, the sacrifices. I literally, and oh, mind you, I was traveling with equipment. I was traveling with 2 tripods, a laptop, 2 cameras. So this was me traveling, walking the streets. I would literally change my shoes every 3 months because of the extra weight on me. Traveling, my sole would be worn off in 3 months' time. But the sacrifices that I made, every time I would get money from these things, I reinvested into equipment. I literally used to live on ramen soup because I'm afraid to spend money because I know what I need to get to push forward. Then COVID hit. So I'm thinking, I have a bunch of equipment. What am I going to do with it now? The only thing that was operating was funerals, so I started streaming funerals. In the space of a year, I bought my first vehicle cash. And still living on ramen because all my money went in equipment and a vehicle. I couldn't travel with these things no more. Okay, I'm doing all of this now. I need to figure out how to manage my money properly because you start a business and the bank wants all these documents that I'm not familiar with. So while I'm working, marketing my brand, I'm educating myself with the use of the internet. Financial literacy. COVID came to an end, so I'm trying to figure out now, how am I doing this now way? No more funerals as much. All these equipment, what am I going to do with it? Back to marketing. Back to pushing myself as much as I can. End up doing, let me just say this. When you start your business, well, with the services it may not be the same for everyone. The guy who's baking, it may not be the same for you. But for services and stuff, I did so many free events just to sell my service. I did the Goodwill Games, the 26th edition Goodwill Games, the finals in Trinidad and Tobago last year, free. Just so that the world can see what type of service I offer. Off of that, I got the Pan Am Games, which is being hosted in June next year, 2024. I got the open water swim meet. Got paid for that one. Bought these cameras. I bought a Mercedes. Not because I wanted to drive a big car, but because I realized every time I go to tender for a job, the guys who are tendering also driving Range Rovers and brand new vehicles, and I'm pulling up in an old, 1999 Volkswagen. So, okay, I need to change that because they are not the ones that are doing the jobs that I have to tender for. They have workers, so they own a company, and that's where I want to be. So I was like, you know what? Let me look the part. So I bought the cameras, I have the vehicle, but I still broke. Meaning, I don't have the account that these other guys have. So I'm still pushing forward, and that's the next step, to have the bank account that they do. So I have to push forward, and it's still a sacrifice all the time. It may not be what some of you want to hear, but everyone's journey is different. At the end of the day, if I have to do it all over again, I will just the same way because I love what I do. And that is really all I have to say to share my journey.
Now,
this part is very important to me. When I started my business, I want to get baptized right away, just to say thanks. And I put God first in everything that I do. Every decision I make, I even thank Him for the sacrifices that I went through because it taught me a lot. Take care of yourself. For COVID, I wasn't eating. Like I said, I was living on ramen. And that got me sick. So take care of yourself, guys. Put yourself first.
So you hear it for yourself. You see, this is why I said, and he said it there, everybody's journey is different, right? But it's always good to hear what someone goes through. Because you see in the equipment, you tell you the sacrifice, ramen soup. But you have a goal. Sometimes identifying your business will call for some sacrifice. Let me be real with you all. I am going on more than 24 hours non-stop sleep right now. I kid you not. I have not slept since yesterday. And I ain't even joking with you. When I got home yesterday afternoon, after trying to finish out, I have a travel company. So I had some last minute clients. I had to run up in the airport, thing organized. When I got home, I sat down, start preparing what I needed for. When I catch myself, it was Minister 12. My mom lives with me. I went and organized her. I don't play with mommy. The Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father, and thy days will be long. So I don't play with that. I make sure mommy organized, and I went back on the computer. When I watched the time, it was 3:15 a.m. And I had to go back to the airport for 4 o'clock for 2 clients that was leaving on the first flight. When I reached there, finish organized, they called me. 3 more persons got the wrong ticket. I have to travel to come up here. But let me tell you something. God is a good God. One of the clients going to park his car. I say, well, here's what. I just offer that service. You could park your car in the hotel across from the airport. You don't have to pay. And we'll see if you're having to pay the fee of your car spending 48 hours there. He said, boy, here's where you could park it or you could keep it. You know. I said, excuse? He said, yeah, you could keep the car, and when I come back, I will just meet me and I'll collect it back. You're telling me to have a God? I am going to travel up the road. I left home dressed like this at 3:45 a.m. 4 o'clock I stand up on the road by me so. Sure people must be passing and saying, he now get out. Can't be dressed so good and nah. And a bag, he sleep out. But no, I know the sacrifices that I'm looking to make. I end up getting a vehicle to use for 2 days. It just so happened also that my mom has to go to the clinic. I have a vehicle to take her to the clinic. Every small step you make, every small sacrifice you make as an entrepreneur will be rewarded. Every failure that you go through will be rewarded. You just have to keep persevering. Don't stop. When I started Experience Caribbean, I spent 3 months sleeping in my car in Tobago. Nobody knew. You know what I was doing? I go in Storby in the morning, bathe in the ocean, and shower in the showers. $2 to pay to shower. In the evening time, before they close, I go in and shower again. Because I'm moving around trying to do my SWOT analysis. I'm trying to meet clients, find out what people like, what they do like. In the night time, I'm pulling up by people guest house. Like if I is one of the guests there, and I put in my visor in the window. Do how much gas? So my car off, and I pull down the glass a little bit. Tobago is be cool in the night and hot in the daytime. So it's like I have AC in my car, and I rock back my seat, and I sleep. 2020, I am in villas in the plantation, in penthouse. Started the business in 2012 into 2013. Your sacrifices does pay. That's 10 years ago I'm talking about, right? Who willing to sacrifice for 10 years? Not much people. But the ones who are willing to do it, clearly the see where started as reach. Do you know of Prestige Holding? I call it name. Do you know how many companies are under Prestige Holding right now? Prestige Holding was just KFC. Prestige Holding is KFC, Subway, Presto, TGI, and I could go even deeper. But you see, here the brands are now called there, right? And I would say, but now them fellas had big money to call it. To buy franchises, this is not no small dust. Your cream had to be thick, like Vaseline. And we are just called 4 major brands. They are also the owners of Linda's. I could go on. Your sacrifice pays off. Selling bread and bake. No, bakery. What you want? Factory. I like this, brother. That is entrepreneurial thinking. Factory. Distribution. That is it. See where he has gone? That is the entrepreneurial mindset. Remember I tell you, don't think selling clothes, think stores. I have a little youth man who I know used to sell clothes on the road in Shogunas. He has 4 stores right now. 4 stores. High Street San Fernando, if you see the size of that store, and if you see the youth man, you would never believe. Humble, quiet, but focus. Focus. He used to work for somebody, they fire him. He said, all right, cool. He opened a store in the same mall which part there is. You know what's going on now? Them store closed. Sad, eh? But it is what it is. You know why? They didn't recognize your gift. When you have a vision, see what my brother say? See how focused he was. When you have a vision, do expect people to understand it. That's why God has put everything different in everybody. Your vision is your vision. I might not understand it, but you would know why it's your passion. Your vision is your vision. See that? And let me tell you something. Practice, as I say, don't let your pen be afraid of your fingers. Every single day you think about something. You know what I have? I have something called a journal. Home. I always write in. I could be in the toilet. I have post-its. I always write in. When you see you get an idea, write it down. Write it down. It helps you in so many ways. We all have this. You know, this has something called notes. And notes, you could video and you could also voice record something. And you could convert the voice record into words. So if you can't remember, voice it. And then there's a words. It's going to type it out for you. It's going to type it out for you. It's right here. It's not just a scroll for social media. Take notes every day. You see somebody wearing a particular clothes, take notes. 595. You're listening. I like you. The 595 rule. 5% thought, 95% what? Action. 5% thought, 95% action.
Yeah, we are doing money, we having fun. But it have bottles. If you see carry bottle on the ground, by Avenue, I say, all are coming back. All are drinking. Johnny, buy a bottle of Johnny for them, I buy a case of beers for them, case of Heineken. I say, hello, I'm coming back. And I shoot out, come down home, get my brother, I say, we're going uptown. Jump in my truck. I had a little small 1.5-ton truck. Three cookers bag, me and my brother. Reach back uptown. Now, that was a opportunity or idea, but I took action. I didn't wait for next year. Me and my brother pick up bottles the whole carnival. While I doing it, CPEP started bag it to throw it away. I go on and I get the, I find the foreman. I say, you see all them bottles them there, so? Bag it and just leave it there, I go pick it up. Them bag, cause we couldn't cross the road. And he tell the next foreman on the next side to do the same thing. Long story short, I end up with about $14,000 in bottles. I sell bottles for months to rum runners. You dig? And my friends and them linemen, and having fun. I pass, I take a beer, or I go on again. So even though you say you take notes, and you have it, you have to take action. Because I sell fish. But you know, I do all kind of mad thing. I don't know how to cut a fish. I don't even know crow, salmon, mean or nothing. Pick up $15,000, go on and buy cooler, go on and buy ice. I'm a partner. I get to know about 2 months ago, he used to catch fish. I say, come, here we go. Are we going up? And I sell fish for 3-4 years. You understand? But you take action. Because I know you sleep on everything and you write it down. And you procrastinating is real kill too. And a man is real procrastinating. But every time I put things into action, I just score. So not only this idea, you hook on it and it's this I go in and do. You do it. But I drop off things. So now I starting stuff. And even though I leave it running.
So you realize that he talk about something that I told you all, fruit basket approach to finance, right? So you realize he have a fruit basket going on.
Everywhere you either see it, you just see needs. Everywhere you go, even when you go to the line, you just see it.
Something.
You see needs, waiting it, you just see it, you just always see it.
You see, as an entrepreneur, what he has done is tapped into something, which is the vision. He has tapped into it. He is doing SWOT analysis on the go. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Threats are across. Opportunities, the bottles. Strengths, I have a truck. Weakness, I had to load up this. Let me see if I could get them to. So he's doing a SWOT analysis on the fly. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
The man called, man, go out really fish with, they know I pick up bottles, me last year, I know I scored. They say, well, they go and bang bottles. I said, I think about something. And I sit down home. I say, well, even fish now. Boom, I have ice. Them bars have problem for ice. I get a 3-ton truck. Going up in town. Right? Come up in town with my first load, I said $17,000 in ice.
Ice. Being an entrepreneur is fun. When you start to get involved in it, you just want to know, right? So you hear me say I ain't sleeping 24 hours, right? And it's not because, well, hey, were you going mad? Well, yes, I'm going mad. I'm not supposed to, because I have been through it. I've had 2 mild heart attacks and a stroke. Yeah. As they tell me, I'm on my 4th life of playing mad. 2 mild heart attacks and a stroke. And the stroke was this year. And I can walk it normal. But I'm not playing. I know what I do wrong within the last few hours. So I know when I finish here, this is the dedication that I have towards what I do. What I have a passion for. I told you I start off doing entertainment. When I realized that being a promoter means you influence people. I write scripts. I am the person that developed Boom Champions Summer Kids Jamboree. The name Kids Jamboree is a name that I gave to them. They paid for the copyrights for it. And that came from doing the Uncle Larry's Kids Show. When I realized, I said, wait, hold on. I have 9 persons who went at a lockjack school and do entertainment and have their degree, and their thesis is from me. I never do a degree. Application of self. Look at right here. I am so glad to see you all here. You wouldn't believe the kind of passion that I feel. And you see my brother now talk here? I like that. I like to hear the active. I love it. Because it's not just me speaking to you. It's you speaking to you too. Because he's sitting down there and you're hearing it for yourself. And if you listen to him, he ain't done. He ain't done. If these chairs and them ain't too good, he find somewhere where it is he could stack chairs and chairs or something. I sure he must be seeing something right now again. Division. McGill, you have something going on, but you'll find it. And the reason that you're here today is because you need that catalyst. I want you to go home. I'm not singling you out there, but something about you. After spending time being in this position, you just see things in people. You just see it. You have something in you, and you see a year from now, I will meet you. And you go express to me where you're at, not where you was. Remember that. Right? 2024. I seen it. I can't put my hand on it. But it has something that you need to deal with, you need to get done, and you're procrastinating, according to my brother, on it. Do it. 95% action, 5% thought. Do it. Make this step. Okay? Nice. You too. Am I on you too? You know, something you have on a senior, you're thinking, and I'm glad you're thinking, because it means you absorb it and you're studying how to dispense this knowledge, how I could take this and that is important. Tomorrow we continue. Right? I would really like if everyone be here, plus the others that will be coming. I know some others going to hear about it, to see it, and they're going to be like, all right, tomorrow I'm going to be there. Tomorrow we're going to have Mr. Rondell Fields. This brother is going to blow all your mind. You might just know him as the fella who does be on the TV talking about what, but I know him personally. And where he come from and where he at now is a real entrepreneur story. It's a real entrepreneurial story. Same perseverance like my brother here. Don't stop. Keep going. Like my boy Shane, don't stop. Sacrifice. Keep going. And on Friday, I'm going to have Mr. Billy Ali, former Chamber of Commerce president of Shogunas, and the man who took 2 insolvent companies. Insolvent means the government went to take it over and shut it down. He took 2 of those and made it into a sale. In other words, what was going on crash, he fixed it and sell it. I want to make sure and extend my personal invitation to you all to be here tomorrow and Friday. There is a lot that when you leave from here on Friday, you will be like, yeah, boy. All right, let me get this done. Plus, don't afraid to come and talk to me. I ain't a beast. Right? I ain't a beast sweating. Just like my boys in Russell Atapi High School. Yeah. Okay? I want to thank our host, NALIS, for giving us this opportunity here. We were late, but I think we was late, but everybody full. Everybody good. Absorbed. Nice. Lovely. Yeah, right? That is important. As my grandmother used to say, it might be late, but full. Because she used to like to walk in you see your christening and your thing? Yeah. She not playing though. She going straight by the food. She say, I'm late. But full. Blessings to each and everyone here. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. We're going to dive in a little more. We're going to talk about developing your business, developing your business plan, and pushing what I told you all about with registering. That's going to be important. That's just a little tease into for tomorrow. As I said, we have Mr. Rondell Fields. He's going to be giving you all a little more of himself as well as knowledge. As I say, walk with your pen. Walk with your pen and your paper. Take some notes, and as my brother say, don't procrastinate on it. Act on it. You will reach up safe. I see in the weather, rain falling, from what I see in there. All right. So you can still hang around in the library. Don't afraid to grab a book on something that you're already doing. Don't afraid to do a research. Don't afraid to twiddle your thumbs, but research. Right? You all reach up safe. Thanks again. Right? And look forward to see you all tomorrow. God's willing. Anybody want to ask anything before I go? I'm open to... All right. No problem. All right. Oh, those who yeah, you need that for tomorrow. I need this. I need to get back this.